invite you to join me in a grounding yoga practice by the tranquil lotus pond. Just as the lotus flower rises from muddy waters to bloom in pristine beauty, we too can find purity and spiritual growth by grounding ourselves in the earth and tapping into its nurturing energy. Throughout our practice, we will focus on cultivating a deep sense of stability within ourselves by drawing on the qualities of earth element such as security, support, and sense of belonging, allowing us to feel more centered, present, and empowered in our lives, regardless of the challenges we may face. So let us find a comfortable seated position, root our seat bones firmly into the ground, and allow ourselves to fully surrender to the support of the earth, feeling stable and grounded in our body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath in, exhale out any tension, and let's begin our practice. Hari Om, my friends. To begin our practice, let's sit down on our heels in the Vajrasana, Thunderbolt pose. If you prefer more comfort, you can place a cushion under your hips. This pose contracts the muscles in your leg and feet, which helps to increase the blood and oxygen flow to the lower parts of your body. Before we move any further, let's warm up our body. Gently roll your neck to one side, counting to 4, and as you roll your neck, try to tune and feel the activation of the muscles in your body. Notice any area of tension or tightness, and try to release them as you continue with the warm-up. And roll it to the opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to move slowly and with intention, and listen to your body. Next, let's interlace our fingers and bend our elbows, then extend our arms and stretch our fingers to the opposite side. Repeat this movement, bending and extending your arms while keeping your shoulders down and your spine straight. This exercise will help loosen up your upper body and prepare your body for the rest of your practice. Let it go, and now bring your fists closer to your chest and start rolling your wrist to warm up. Rolling it to one side and to another side for a couple of times, noticing any stiffness or tightness and trying to release it. Remember to keep your breath steady and movements gently as you continue to warm up your body. By this time, your legs probably feeling a bit sore from sitting in the Thunderbolt pose. So let's transition into a seated position with legs extended to the front in Dandasana. Flex your feet, bring your arms up, elongating your spine. Next, place your palms behind your back for support and start rolling your ankles to one side 4 or 5 times. This movement will help you to increase the blood flow and loosen up any tightness in your ankles. And roll it to the other side for another 4 times. Now extend your elbows and push your hips up into a reverse tabletop pose, Ardha Purvuttanasana. Continue breathing, continue pushing your hips up, making a straight line with your body. And then lower your hips down, extend your arms up to the sky. Then bend your body forward into a seated forward fold. You can grab your knees or shins for support. As you're holding this pose, allow yourself to feel grounded through your seat bones and legs that are touching the ground. Imagine roots extending from your body and reaching deep into the earth, anchoring you to the present moment. We will now continue our sequence with a couple rounds of Surya Namaskar. Stand up tall in the front of your mat. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Take a deep inhale, raising your arms up to the sky. With exhale, start bending your body forward, pushing your hips back. Step back with your right leg into a low lunge. Then step your left leg back into a plank and move into Chaturanga Dandasana, or bend your knees, elbows, then open up into an upward facing dog. Bend your knees, sit down on your heels, Balasana. Now push your hips up and back into a mountain pose or downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg up and back, bend your knee and take a big step to the front of the mat. Lower your left knee onto the mat and left leg steps forward. Take an inhale and exhale, arms in front of your chest. We are gradually building up the heat and energy in our body. Take a deep breath in and exhale, push your hips back and fold forward. Step back with your left leg into a low lunge. Then your right leg steps back into a plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, or bend your elbows, knees, chest down and open up into an upward facing dog. Bend your knees and sit down on your heels, Balasana. Take a couple of deep breaths and feel the earth with your forehead. Now straighten your legs and push your hips back into a mountain pose. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee and take a big step to the front of the mat, lowering your right knee. Step to the front with your right leg. Stand up tall. Inhale and exhale, arms in Samastiti. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. On your next inhale, step back with your right foot into a low lunge. Lift up your chest. Press your hips down to open up your hip bones. Keep your palms on the ground or place it on your thigh. Now exhale, place your palms down and step back into a plank. Then lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, open up into an upward facing dog. And exhale, bend your knees. Push your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and back into a three-legged dog. Bend your right knee and bring it to your right tricep and hold it here for a second. Then step your right foot to the very edge of your mat for a lizard lunge. Push your hips down and stretch your right leg. The lizard lunge is an excellent asana for hip opening and releasing any stagnant energy that may be stored in this area. The hips are home to Muladhara chakra, which is responsible for our sense of grounding, safety, and trust in our life. Now just step back into a plank pose. Bend your knees, elbows, lower your chest down. Extend your elbows and open up into an upward facing dog. Bend your knees, push your hips up and back, mountain pose. Step to the front with your right leg and with your left leg and gently come on up into a standing pose. Great, let's do the other side. Inhale, lift your arms up and back into Hasta Uttanasana, and with exhale, fold forward. Step back with your left leg into a low lunge. Lift your chest up. You can place your palms on top of your right thigh. Push your hips down and let's hold this pose for a couple of breaths. Bring your palms down to the mat, step back into a plank and lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, open up into an upward facing dog. And with the exhale, sit down in Balasana. And from there, transition to a downward facing dog. This time, lift your left leg up into a three-legged dog. Then bend your knee and bring it to your left tricep. Hold it for a second. And now step your left foot to the very side of the mat for a lizard pose. Lower your knee or keep it up for more challenge. Push your hips down to the earth, stretching your left leg. Step back to a plank pose, lower down into Chaturanga, open up into an upward facing dog. Now tuck your toes, sit down on your heels, Balasana. And from here transition to a downward facing dog. Great job, my friends. Take a couple of deep breaths in this downward facing dog. Let's slowly transition our bodies into a seated position with the legs extended in front of you, just like we start at the beginning. Place your palms behind your back for support and push your hips up into a reverse tabletop or Ardha Purvuttanasana. And slowly lower your hips down into a seated position. Now bend your left leg and bring your heel to your inner thigh, above your knee. If you want to add some more challenge, follow me and let's do a bind. Extend your left arm in front of you and circle it back and hold the big toe of your left foot. Fold forward and grab your right toes if you can. Bounded lotus forward fold. This pose stretches the hamstrings and lower back, opens the hips and calms the mind. With consistent practice, this pose can help to increase flexibility in the hips and legs and promote overall relaxation and stress relief. Slowly let go the pose. Keep your left knee bent and place your left foot across your right outer thigh. Hug your left knee with your opposite hand and twist to the left. Keep your spine straight as someone is pulling you from the crown of your head. Breathe deeply and hold the twist for several breaths. Twisting poses like this one can help to improve digestion, stimulate the internal organs, and relieve tension in the back and neck. Alright, let go the pose, shake off your legs. Bend your right leg and bring your right heel to the inner thigh. It should be above your knee. If you choose to try a bind, place your right foot on your right thigh closer to the hip crease. Extend your right arm in front of you and circle it back and hold the big toe of the right foot. Fold forward into a bounded lotus forward fold. While holding this pose, take a moment to focus on your breath and connect with your inner self. Allow yourself to find that grounded and peaceful state of mind that always within you. No matter what your life circumstances are, you can always return to this peaceful state. Even when the waters of life get murky, just like a lotus flower, you can use the challenges as fertilizer to help you to grow and flourish towards the sun, towards the brighter future. Slowly let go the pose. Keep your right leg bent. Place your right heel by the outer side of your left thigh and hug your right knee with the left hand twisting to the right. Keep your spine straight and lengthen through the crown of your head. Take several deep breaths in this pose, allowing your body to relax and release the tension. Continue holding this pose for a couple of deep breaths. Slowly release the pose, extend your legs, shake off your legs to release any tension. Take a moment to notice how your body feels after these poses. Now place your palms behind your back and let's do a counter stretch in reverse tabletop. Push your hips up, spine is straight. Take several deep breaths in this pose. And now slowly lower your hips down. Take a deep breath in, raising your arms up and fold forward, reaching up to your toes. Take several deep breaths in this pose, feeling the stretch in your chest, shoulders, and in your hips. You can place your palm under your knee or on your shin. Take a moment to ground yourself. Feel the connection between your seat bones and the earth beneath you. When you're ready to come out, slowly release the pose and return to a seated position. Shake off your legs once again. Bend your knees, bring your heels closer to your body, and transition into a seated butterfly pose. This gentle hip opener is a great way to release tension in the hips and lower back. Allow your knees to fall open to the sides and gently flap your legs if that feels good for you. And remember to breathe deeply. To release tension in your lower back and wind down our practice, let's transition from butterfly pose by placing your palms behind your back and keeping your knees bent. Gently allow your knees to fall to one side and then to other side. This simple yet effective stretch can provide great relief for your lower back. As we come to the end of our practice, let's transition to our final asana, Shavasana. Lay down on your mat, stretch your legs, relax your back, and allow your breath to slow down and become deep and steady. Feel the sensation of your body melting into the earth beneath you, as if becoming one. Release any pressure to do or achieve anything, and simply allow yourself to be present in this moment. Thank you for flowing with me today.